Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode 84 of the OverMark Podcast. I'm one half of your co-host, TJ. We got the other guy, Dave, in some other direction. And together we make one host, I guess. Or like one whole host. I don't know what it is, how that works.
We are your host,
Yeah,
singular.
yeah, pretty much. But
Even though we are your hosts and there's two of us, it's singular. I don't know. Whatever. English is a tricky language. Take that.
that being said, welcome to the podcast. What's going on, Dave?
Oh, just Thursday ended up. We had a nice week. I'm starting to feel fairly normal from that issue that we had talked about.
That's great.
Uh Today's kind of the first day of normalcy, so that's great.
Yeah, anytime you're having a health issue and there's signs of relief, you remember when I had that back issue a couple years
Yeah.
back? Like, when I had that going on, it's like, when you finally start getting some relief, you're like, oh man, it's been a
Yeah.
while.
I mean, we could tell our fans that they're close. Old Dave here, he's getting older, and I had a minor hemorrhoid. And when I say
Oh no.
minor, I mean it was like internal. There was no external anything. However, I came to discover that just because it is internal discomfort and there's no outside anywhere stuff going on, you can still use like the topical pads and stuff, and they do give relief. And I've come to discover that the Dr. Teal's like relief and relaxation Epsom salt stuff that they got, excellent. You take like a 20-minute bath, boom, you're doing great.
That's
So
helping you.
yeah, that's been health talk with Dave. We're getting through it. I'm still sitting on my little cushion right now because it helps. I might just keep using this thing after I'm all the way better. I don't know.
Yeah, man, what a week it has been, So we're sitting here on Thursday. I haven't done too much this week, just been working and got rained out today and sat around and, edited and put together that our one video on the gaming channel. You guys haven't seen our gaming channel yet, go check it out. It probably won't be too hard to find. You just put on Overmark something, probably gaming, I think, and it'll pop up there,
Overmark
right?
Gaming, all one word. And don't let TJ downplay it. He's talking about he didn't do this much this week. He did a lot of editing on that video today. It was like 4 hours or something like that. And we recorded a little bit of stuff for that and some other future gaming channel stuff yesterday. So be looking forward to that. Doing the gaming stuff has been really fun. Um,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
just two different forms, This is our podcast, free form type shit. And then, we got our other thing that we like talking about, which is the video games. And the video games is presented in another fashion, a little bit more prepared, you know, video style as opposed to our podcast.
right. More produced. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean that we will stop throwing our gaming podcast segment from here onto there, but you know,
yeah,
there will be more production. Like
pretty
you
much.
guys should really, really go watch the video that we put up today. It's I would venture to say it is the best video on our channels so far.
I would think so, but it's mainly just because of preparation and work that we put in and everything.
Maybe I'm biased, and it has to do with Rare, and there's a lot of games that I like that are on there. I pretty much all of them. So
Yeah,
I don't
it's pretty badass. Like
know.
I I'll pull up the thing real quick here, so that they can see on the camera. But right there, there's a little thing. We just put it. You see it a little bit there. Yeah, go check it out. It's not the best quality, but you can see that's the title, that's the video, all that. But yeah, we like gaming. You guys already knew that. If you listen to this shit and you've never seen us before, we're into the wrestling, the gaming, the MMA, a little bit of food talk, and whatever else you might like. And speaking of that, you remember how I was going to show those food pics and everything? Well,
Screw all this wrestling
yep.
crap.
Ah,
I just want to get a little slice of
motherfucker.
my gabagool.
That was pretty
That
early.
dickhead.
He was like Tony came in an hour. I think it was the last episode, right?
Yeah. At least he's showing up on time today.
I wouldn't say that's on time, but it's way better than what he did last time.
Bunch of-
Oh,
Oh, and we're thrown off the air. Thank you, Tony.
yep,
Moving on.
yeah. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate you. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Fuck you, you fucking.
That's it. But
Wow.
yeah. Anyways, speaking of that, I completely derailed myself. What were we talking about?
I don't know. We're getting all the cursing out of the way early here. We welcomed everybody to the show.
Oh, food. So I went to Maryland. I had a good time.
Ooh.
I saw my buddies. I got my buddy Josh's 9850 X3D combo that he got for way cheaper than he would have got anywhere else because I live by Micro Center, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, I did
yeah.
multiple things on this trip, but yeah, that was one of the things too. Is, you know, I went down to Charlotte. Me and Cora went and got that burger I told you about at that one brewery place. Awesome burger. And then I took the parts to him, met him. I think it was Saturday, hung out with him for a little bit. We smoked, talked a little bit, reminisced, and that was about it. You know, he's got a pretty big family. I think he's got like 5 kids or something like that. It's pretty wild.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just
they're
pumping them in, old girl, dude. Damn.
pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah,
his
good
wife's
for
named
him.
Shayla. She's good. She's always been super nice to me. But
Well, cool.
yeah,
You know, congratulations on the family and stuff. Hey, before we move on, I know you told me, but tell the fans, how was your JJ's?
well, that's what I was getting to that. So hold on, let me build
Fuck
to it.
yeah.
But yeah, I hung out with my buddy Nick. It's been a while since me and him actually spent good one-on-one time. Usually when I'm hanging out, it's just like me, Cora, Mike, and Brandon. Got to hang out with Nick this time. It was awesome. Spent some time with Mike and Brandon as well, which is always good. I've been seeing them more often, so it's like, you know, it doesn't feel like there's these big stretches between us hanging out. So it's like it's kind of more routine. It feels good.
That is cool.
I'm gonna be visiting. Excuse me. I'm gonna be visiting home more often while the weather's good this year. Like I'm gonna eventually die. You know, like I might as well enjoy the shit that I'm doing now and you know,
Yeah.
spend my youth with people that I enjoy. And I don't know. It's a tough life out
I
there.
think
And just,
about that a lot. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's why we're doing this now. I love doing the podcast with you. You know, it's like, I'm just getting to a point in my life where it's like I'm just, you know, regrets are something that I have a lot of, and that's not a bad thing. Everybody's got them, but you learn from
Yep.
that, and then you apply what you learn from that, and then try to not live with those regrets. You know, maturing, learning, all that type of stuff. But overall, good trip, and the JJ's was fucking awesome. This is where we're going to be showing the food now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just a couple pictures. The buffalo chicken pizza. We got 2 of them, but I didn't get a picture of the full one. I was just too lazy. I was already like multiple wings down, and you'll see in the picture they were just really good. Extra crispy, extra hot, no veggies or blue cheese. And a buffalo chicken pizza. You dip the buffalo chicken pizza into the wings. Pretty good
Yeah.
shit.
Oof.
I'll get my buddy Mike to come on here one time and give him I'll do like a little audio sample and have him give a review of JJ's or something. Fuck, maybe I'll even record them and we'll do a review of
We'll
JJ's.
have the JJ's. You know, people hate when folks eat on camera, so I think that'd be a perfect thing. Eat on camera.
Well, you know, it's funny. You know, my wife's got that really nice Sony camera.
Yeah.
I bought one of those transmitters and receivers, and I can get multiple of them. So like I already have one wireless one. So like, you know, the equipment is adding up. So maybe one day we'll do something like that. But sorry, enough
The
about
sky's the limit.
enough about my bullshit. What's going on with you, Dave?
I mean, that might be more interesting than what we're going to end up talking about. Shit, nothing really going on with me. You know, we had the health stuff. We had the week has seemed to have flown by. I can't believe it's Thursday already. It rained today.
Yeah.
You got rained out at work, and then you know, at the end of the day, when I was doing my final stop with my peer, we had to deliver a big guy hospital bed, and of course, as soon as we're pulling up, it starts raining. You know, fuck, Florida afternoons are back. But I mean, if that's the worst thing, get a little bit of water on you. Shit, we had to carry the bed like 10 feet from the back of the van to the front door before we were back under cover. So like, you know, not really very far.
It happens.
Yeah. If that's the worst thing, you know, glass half full type of situation. And
100%.
speaking of glass half full, why don't we talk to people about wrestling? I guess because I guess we're supposed to be a wrestling show.
Well, we can be whatever we want, but you start. I think you're more you know more about this than I do, so you tell me,
Okay.
I'll react.
All right. Well, I don't know much more than this, but obviously it's been well reported here that Konnan,
Hell
old
yeah.
Dogg, had his leg amputated,
That's terrible.
and and he's currently at risk of having to potentially have his other leg amputated.
Why's
So
that?
I don't know. He's not doing great. He's in the hospital. He had previously had complications with his kidneys and dialysis, and sometimes a
Was like
side effect from
diabetic?
these. He had his kidney replaced actually,
Oh,
and he, I think they're saying needs to potentially go and have it replaced again. I
that's
guess
not
they don't.
good.
They only last so long, and then part of the
Yeah.
complications from that is, I guess, this. So speedy recovery for old Dogg, and nobody likes to see this. He's only 62. I'm delivering to people that are like 92 that are in better health than what poor Dogg's in. So
Anybody that
you
know
know,
who he is Konnan. He was in the NWO. That's what most people I think in the US would know him by, but he was like a pretty
yeah,
big
I keep
star
calling him
in
Dogg. That's
Mexico.
my bad.
Yeah, you're good in the 90s. Literally like has
Literally the
some of the
Mexican Hulk Hogan.
yeah, he has some of like the biggest gate records ever down in Mexico. I don't have any records or anything like that. Just shit that I've heard. But yeah, he's a pretty big deal. He seems like a pretty nice guy. He seems really down to earth. He has his own podcast, Keeping It 100 with Konnan. They have
Yep.
Disco
He
on
was
there, and
doing work with AAA as well, and
yeah,
obviously that'll be on hold, or maybe he might be done there. And if we find out about that, we'll let y'all know.
yeah, that
Hopefully
stinks.
hopefully not though.
Yeah, he always seems like a pretty cool guy. Remember he was working with AEW a lot, and then somewhere along the line their relationship seems to have splintered or something like that.
Yeah, I guess CMLL was more favorable
Yeah,
to old TK than AAA was. So, and now obviously we know why.
I get it.
Yep. Well, why don't you tell us about what's going on next? Because this is a doozy.
I really don't know what's going on next, but we can talk about something else. So something else that we're going to talk about is Road Dogg, Brian James. What's his real name? Or no, Brian
Brian
James is his
James.
real name, but Jesse
Yep.
James was his.
The Road Dogg Jesse James.
Yeah,
The
one
roadie.
one half of the New Age Outlaws. For anybody else that maybe older listener, he's been the head writer of SmackDown multiple times. He was the head writer up until like last week, right?
Yep.
They let him go. It's kind of funny because he was on WWE Unreal, and he always makes an ass out of himself on this show, seeming like he has no clue what he's doing, and that wonder if that played into his firing at all, because it just
Well, I read conflicting things. I had read things that he quit, and I had read things that he was let go. So I don't know what's actually true yet. So we'll
those
just
are the
say
only
that
two options.
he's departed,
Yeah,
and everybody seems happy about it. Like he's not upset.
he made plenty of money, got to hang out with
yeah.
his buddies.
Yep. And not for nothing, SmackDown was a little bit more watchable this week without him guiding it. So
Well,
hopefully that's a positive.
two things that you can kind of like look at is he was the head writer for SmackDown under Vince and Triple H, and it seemingly not very good under either guy. So who knows if that's just a coincidence? But if you look at the common denominator, he's just not very good at being the head SmackDown writer. That's about it. Hopefully he has fun and everybody's all good, and I'm sure he'll pop up in some DX highlight thing with Triple H at WrestleMania this year.
I mean, he still has his Legends deal.
Oh, for sure. I'm
Like,
just saying.
it's not like
they'll
he's
get him in
going
there.
anywhere.
Yeah, they'll get him in
Yeah.
there. You know how much Triple H likes to shoehorn him and his buddies into the fucking show. Like they'll probably be like the nostalgia hit at WrestleMania this year. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense. They don't really have a whole lot, and
Oh shit! So
Maybe we're going to see Steve Austin, maybe not.
maybe, but speaking of making sense and not having a whole lot, you see AEW announced they're going to launch a streaming platform. It's already out right now called My AEW, and it's
Yep.
for outside of the U.S. and Canada only. So basically, above Mexico in North America, you can't get it. Anywhere else,
Yeah.
you're good to go.
This is just them laying their groundwork for the inevitable whatever happens here with the merger.
Well, one thing that I was kind of wondering when I saw this is I know that they've had multiple international TV deals, throughout the years. They've been around, what, 6 or 7 years now? I'm always mix that up, but it's always one or the other, right? But are they not able to get the TV deals anymore? Like what happened there? That would be the way to go, right? I mean, you want the TV deals, you want the national exposure or whatever in that place because people, in most of those areas, I feel like have TV, right? I mean, over internet. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this shit works, but I would feel like the TV deal is still the way to go.
Yeah. Well,
That's not
I
a
was looking
positive
at the
sign,
pricing here. No, and based on this pricing, I don't know how much money they're going to be making. They got a few different tiers. You got $7.99, which just gives you all the weekly shows, or you could do 19 a month or 20 a month, and that gets you the weekly shows and the pay-per-views. Or you could do 120 a year, and you get all the pay-per-views and shows. So obviously that's the way to go.
That's
But I
not
mean,
bad.
if people are giving you $120 a year to watch all your shit,
Is your shit worth that much? That's not a lot.
I don't, that's not great. I don't know if that's going to balance out to the amount of money that they're currently making, but
Yeah,
maybe.
the main problem with this is when you create easier streaming platforms for people, you also create easier streaming illegal platforms for people. So people will take that stream that he's now presenting and it'll just be another thing for people to duplicate out there. I mean, they're already easy to get, but now it'll be even easier, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at $120 a year, I'm going to throw AEW a lot of credit here. $120 a year to one-stop shopping, watch all of your shit.
Not bad.
Great fucking job. Like,
He
it's
knows
too bad
VPNs
that the
exist.
United States fan doesn't get that option. Because, I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of people that would take advantage of that. And good job. I'm throwing some props here.
He knows about
Smart.
it, VPNs.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, it's true.
Yeah, and
VPNs are a thing. I'm a boomer. I always forget about that stuff.
yeah, I guess there's always a way to positive and negative spin this. Like, oh, we haven't got a TV deal yet, so we have the streaming platform in place until you have an option. But then, like that just means that the TV deal end will probably be lazier because you don't need it because we got the streaming platforms. It's there's always like two ways that you can spin it, but I'm not looking at this as a positive for them. I think it seems more like what you just said, the inevitable.
Yep. Which is unfortunate
It
because
is.
obviously we want there to be two big national
Oh,
wrestling
they're not going
companies on
anywhere.
TV.
They'll I mean they'll just be on streaming. I mean, fuck, WWE might not even be on TV if Netflix offers them SmackDown.
That's true. Well, they may not be going anywhere, but our old boy Pat McAfee,
Yeah,
his WWE future's in question. When he was appearing on the old College Game Day on Saturday, they asked him about WWE and his future, and here's a little quote for the kids. He says, "Right now, it does not feel like it. It is something that's supposed to happen. It feels like that business has kind of passed me by a little bit. I feel like business is in a good spot without me."
that
So
sucks.
yeah, I enjoyed seeing him as an announcer. I understand the why they wouldn't want to be kind of flopping back and forth with announcers, but also they use the shit out of them. It's like, oh, we got
Well, they're
something
more
to
ingrained with
promote.
ESPN than ever.
Yeah, send our guys over to Pat. In
Yeah,
one of the number one shows on television to talk about it. So they kind of, I feel like they kind of used him a little bit here, but that he did. It's not like he didn't get paid or he got a lot more exposure. Like I didn't really know who he was other than a kicker, you know.
Absolutely.
15 years ago.
No clue. But I mean, I'm wouldn't you'd know more than I would because you know shit about football. I don't. So I mean, that speaks that you don't know who he is.
Yeah, I mean, I just know he was a kicker.
Yeah. I mean, he brought a lot of energy to the product, and I feel like the
Tons.
WrestleManias that he was a part of, he was always really hype. He had that match against fucking Gunther, which is, I don't know what that was, but they made the best out of it that they could. He is a very passionate wrestling fan. I don't really have anything negative to say about him.
Yeah, you can't deny that he enjoys what he's doing and enjoys wrestling. He's actually, he's not just faking it.
Absolutely. That's funny though. Somebody that was faking it, I think, is the guy that was writing those ESPN reviews. You remember when they first did their little thing after was WrestlePalooza the last Peacock event?
I think that was the first
ESPN
event.
So you remember he graded it poorly. This guy, well, ESPN was forced to stop putting out grade reviews for their WWE events because I guess they kept being like non-favorable. So now they write.
Like, well, why do you want to give a shitty grade to something that you're trying to sell though? Too. I mean, I
100%. So they do write a review still, but they don't put a grade on it. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I'm sure the writers are like, really? All right, whatever.
Yeah. I think it's just one guy that does their reviews over there. I forget his name, but yeah, I bet you he was like, oh, okay. Surprised they didn't fire him. If it was Vince and he was still a part of that, he would have been like, you get that guy out of there right now, pal.
I got a grade for him, F for fired.
No, I got a grade for him, P for poop. Tell him to get in here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What are you saying no for? He's just got to use the bathroom. What are you insinuating here?
You're taking up the poop chute.
Oh.
Is that what they're going to do?
Can I take?
Oh, no.
I guess not much.
Some men just tried to kill me.
Oh, who was that? Who tried to kill him?
I don't know.
Screw all this wrestling crap. I just want to get a little slice of my gabagool.
Huh. Well, I guess
there's that guy again.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Thanks, Tony. But yeah, so anyways, we got Logan Paul, and he basically put out a challenge for like an NFL fight. $1 million to any active NFL player who could beat him in a boxing match. Several of them responded to it publicly saying that they would take on the fight. And WWE reportedly stepped in and shut the idea down before anything could happen. The company didn't want Paul risking injury before WrestleMania 42, or really any of their other events, which this would have gone for anybody, not just Paul, by the way. He's considered a major crossover star for WWE, and an outside fight could definitely disrupt the storylines if he got hurt. Some of the NFL players who responded to the challenge included Diane Hawkins, Brock Hoffman, Kingsley Sumatia, and Ty Crowder. There was also discussion about a potential fight with the former NFL player Levon Bell, who now competes in boxing. But
yeah, that's who I was talking. Oh, hell yeah.
Go ahead.
So, remember last episode we were talking about Gypsy Crusader is going to be boxing Super Hot Fire this Saturday.
That's the guy he was going to box.
He is. Well, no. Super Hot Fire previously boxed Le'Veon Bell.
How'd that go?
Le'Veon Bell won.
Okay.
Yeah, so the meme guy didn't beat up the ex-NFL guy, and so then the meme guy's going to fight the racist guy this weekend. So that's going to be an entertaining thing. And I saw a little bit of the training video. Aiden Ross had put out some of Gypsy's training and some of Supa's training, and man, it doesn't look good for old Super Hot Fire here. Maybe he's purposely putting out videos where he doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. But if I was a betting man, I'd be betting on Gypsy here. People might not like him, but he actually knows how to fight.
I know he's done.
It's going to be good for entertainment.
Experience.
Yeah, it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah,
but yeah. It's funny. Le'Veon Bell, he beat up Super Hot. I mean, he had to fight him to a decision. So I don't know how.
You beat Logan Paul?
I think that he had to fight the meme guy to a decision. And
Okay.
I think either of the Paul brothers is probably going to beat the shit out of him, like because
Okay.
while they're not great boxers, they're better
Way better
boxers
than
than a
anybody else.
meme guy or
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. That's funny. Jake's actually not that bad, you know. He's just only like got like 12 fights. I think he's pretty good
Bro,
for fucking 12
he
fights
got
in.
that shit rocked in that. He fought a real fighter finally.
It's not that he
You've
fought a
seen the
real
memes.
fighter. He fought like one of the best fighters at heavyweight,
Right.
you know. So it's like, of course, it's
You
probably
you
gonna
saw
happen.
the meme of his face when that punch is coming, like he knows he's about to eat, bro.
Hey, most people would have got knocked out completely. He didn't fucking
Yeah.
lose consciousness. You know, he
Nope.
got a
His
chin
jaw
on him.
broke and kept
Yeah.
coming. He you know that
He's
I
a
can't
cruiserweight.
disrespect anybody that gets in the ring, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a cruiserweight. He was fighting a guy way bigger than him.
Yeah.
No need to
And
do
you
that.
know, props to him for actually doing it. You know, all this time people have been like, oh, you know, fight a real fighter, you know, fight someone ranked
He was
or
supposed
whatever.
to fight
Because he's
Tank
always
Davis before that, who's like 130 pounds.
and it's like, yeah, it's a big difference. But yeah, I mean, yeah, good for him. And that was an entertaining fight. I did watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Welcome to the OverMark Entertainment Podcast.
Oh, damn.
He
Well,
brought friends.
yeah. What, you got Sil with him?
Apparently.
That's funny. Yeah. You know what the biggest boxing match is, though, right?
What's that?
What's the biggest? Think about it. Come on, it's easy. Think about it. What's the biggest boxing match they could do?
These guys?
Yeah, just think about it. Real simple. It's like right in front of you. Paul versus Paul.
Oh. You know, I feel like Jake would probably win. You know, he's bigger.
Oh, he'd
He's
definitely
been doing
win.
it more. You know, Logan is more entertaining.
Yeah, but like that's they probably sell like 3 million pay-per-views at that, like at fucking $80 a piece.
Probably.
Yeah, it'd be
Did
fucking,
you
be
see
a
a bit
biggie.
of the Ronda and Gina weigh-in stuff and all that?
No, I'm gonna watch that, but I saw maybe like some pictures of it and stuff. I didn't watch any of the clips, but she's like bad mouthing the UFC the whole fucking time, and it's just like she's talking about this is like the kind of fights that they're gonna be put on. It's like, first off, your fight is against two motherfuckers that haven't won a fight in like 27 years combined. She hasn't won one in 10, and Gina hasn't won one in 17. And then you look at Francis and this other guy. I forget the other guy's name, but I ended up looking him up the other day, and he had a fight in the UFC. This guy fought at light heavyweight, not heavyweight. Francis Ngannou is a legit heavyweight, so that side's cool. But the other guy's just some guy that went to decision against Ian Cutelaba in the UFC, who's like a fledged, like, you know, just journeyman at fucking light heavyweight. So
Base Felipe Lins.
it's not gonna
Something
be
like
good. It's gonna be a fucking slaughter. It's just like foregone conclusion, done. You don't even got to think about it.
Huh.
Yeah.
5-minute rounds? Okay.
Yep.
We'll see. It's this Saturday. So we're going to be watching that. We're going to be
It's
watching
this
old
Saturday?
Gypsy. Yep. Saturday, May 16th. My bad. Not
Okay,
March.
I was about to say,
I'm
what the
so
fuck?
stupid.
Hey, whatever. I would love to see another major player pop up in the MMA game, but it's not going to be fucking Jake Paul on Netflix. It could be somebody else on Netflix, but nobody has. When the UFC purchased Strikeforce, that was the last major acquisition they needed to control the major group of the biggest talent of people in MMA. They've had
What
it
was
ever
the one they got before that? WEC?
WC and Pride. Pride was the big one. WC was where they didn't have anything below 155. They didn't have that. They got WC. They brought in the 135, 45, and eventually 25. We can get into that another time. I'm just, you know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, here we got a fucking big one, Dave. You want to start us off? I'd like you to start us off.
When he says big one, he's not kidding. We got the OverMark Greatest Tag Team Tournament semifinals and finals. And yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. The end is
Multiple
here.
months.
Who's going to jump out on top? And yeah, it's been a while. It's been a build. And here we go. For the first match of the semifinals, we have
On the
the
right
New
side
Day
of the bracket.
versus the Freebirds. And, match contested under Freebird rules. Cool stuff. New Day ends up coming out on top of this one. They're advancing. We're getting really close. And honestly, New Day is one of the greatest tag teams of all
Yeah,
time.
they are.
They're very decorated. People may or may not like them, but you can't deny their longevity and the things that they have done in the business.
Yeah.
So,
And all guys involved. Super talented group of guys. And I'm a fan. I got tired of their shit after a while, but you can't deny what they did. And, you can't just have all old heads going into this thing. You got to have at least some newer guys, right?
that's right.
But yeah, the New Day come out on top. There were some pancakes flapping, and some booty-os and all that stuff. And so that was the right side of the bracket. And then on the left side, we got probably like one of the coolest matches in this whole thing, which would be the the Outsiders versus the Mega Powers, which is like, you can imagine that right there. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. It's, what more could you ask for?
Star power match. Yeah.
It's a main event anywhere on the planet at any time in history. Well, I guess probably not any time, but you know what I mean by that. But yeah, the Outsiders come out on top. And why wouldn't they, right?
No.
It's Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Yeah. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Huh. That's a good one. But anyways, why don't you take us into the finals, Dave?
Well, I messed up the thing here, so I've got to go back here real fast. But I don't have to because I have it in front of me. I'm blonde. We have the Outsiders versus the New Day, even though I wrote the Mega Powers here. And boom, lo and behold, the winners and undisputed OverMark Tag Team Tournament champions, the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Got something for that, I think. Let's not get our channel pulled, but oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the end of this tournament happens to coincide with a specific date, doesn't it, TJ?
Yeah, so it's going to be this Saturday, right, Dave?
Right.
Where it hits over. So this Saturday,
right.
it's good. Go ahead.
The initial medical event occurred on the 12th, which is today.
Okay. So this is the day where the initial medical event, like you were saying, happened with Scott Hall that led to his passing on the 14th, which will happen Saturday. So we thought it was appropriate to have the Outsiders go over here. Me and Dave are huge fans of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, especially the Outsiders. The Wolfpack, NWO, all that stuff. But, mainly the impact that these guys had on the business.
Undeniable.
Everybody's getting more money because of these guys. They got the guaranteed contracts. They had guys literally playing fake characters of them over there, and then they got raises because those fake characters popped up over there because they thought that they were back over there.
Yeah.
That last thing was, I just like that fact. That wasn't the reason why we, had to win or anything. But it's just, this is mine and Dave's choice. We had fun booking this thing. We hoped you guys had fun going into it with us and all the way to the very end. But we got Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and we still got Kevin Nash chugging. But wherever you are, Scott, we hope you're doing as good as you possibly can. Here come my dogs.
We got featuring Michael and Rocky today. They're getting it in. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Scott's the man.
So now everybody knows where we're doing like OverMark Unreal right now. And now everybody knows why we booked the tournament the way that we did, so that it could end the week that it ended and coincide with the passing of everybody's beloved bad guy and effortlessly cool guy, Scott Hall.
Yeah. You know, what do you say? Bad times don't always last, but bad guys do, or something like that. I don't know. I'm terrible, but
Yeah, I can't remember it verbatim, but it was something along those lines. Hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, but bad guys do. There it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, I remembered it.
It's like say hello to the bad guy.
Yep. I still want to get that shirt off of Chalkline. I keep getting emails. It's like, it's on sale. It's on sale. I'm going to get that Razor shirt one of these days.
Well,
It's
I think
$80 for a shirt is kind of high dollar
yeah, it
for
is.
old.
Fuck that. But speaking of something that I think's pretty high is the segment that we were on, and we're gonna go down to a pretty big low here. AEW officially signed Blake Christian, Dave.
Yeah, they signed him. Tony Khan said he's all elite, and I guess they said it after he was on Collision. I don't know. I kind of was like, who gives a shit? And then I'm looking at the notes here, like, you very nicely
Nickname
prepared
Vanilla
all
Baby.
this information about him. Fucking yeah, his nickname, the Vanilla Baby. I'm seeing that, and then I had to add the note. The jokes fucking write themselves here. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
And that fairly accurate description for a lot of the folks that we're seeing over there right now, which is unfortunate.
You know how
And
everybody's
just
having the same
wrestling in
match
general.
over there?
Yeah.
This guy is going to be the same. He's going to be a guy that's going to have the same match as everybody else is over there. He's not going to be able to stick out, and he has no personality.
Known for game changer wrestling, and it's like,
Well, I'm sure he's great in the ring, but everybody is, and you need more than just being able to perform in the ring. I think everybody in AEW is capable of that. You need a little bit more. You need a character. You need to some charisma about you, and it's just nothing that this guy has anything of.
well, they say here that he has built his reputation as one of the top indie high flyers the last few years, and that he was previously in NXT for a short time. I don't even remember ever seeing the guy, but
ROH bound.
yep, good for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They already got a whole bunch of other guys that suck just like him. Commander, Dante Martin, AR Fox, AR-15, Nick Wayne, Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara is good. They just don't use him well.
I can't even remember the last time that we saw him on TV.
Yep. But he's signing everybody. Remember when he said that like he's going to be more selective with his signings? He's signing everybody.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. He doesn't need anyone.
Nope. There's already so many people not getting TV. Like, where's Britt Baker?
She, I don't know, is hurt maybe, but I'm sure that's not it.
No, she's not. She's been saying she's healthy for a while. She ain't hurt.
She's in great shape. The last tweet I saw of her looks like she's in like the best shape of her life. Funny enough. But
well, before we move on to AEW to the UFC talk, I just want to get this
right.
one thing in. You were talking to me about something earlier, and I looked into this. This MJF versus Hangman for the belt thing.
What's the stipulation, by the way? Just take a guess. Did you read what it was?
That's exactly what I'm about to bring up. If Hangman loses, he can't challenge for the belt anymore, and it's like,
no, the match type.
He's gonna win. Oh no, I didn't see the match type. I don't even. Oh my god!
How many times is this motherfucker in a Texas death match? It's every fucking time. Every time. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put myself in a fucking Texas death match. I swear to God.
Yeah. Everybody's got to get
I'll drive me on a bed of nails and put me out of my misery if I got to watch this. God damn.
But yeah, when that whole stipulation thing happens, it's always the guy that's gonna challenge for the belt ends up winning because obviously he's not gonna be able to not challenge for it anymore. So
yeah, they're not doing that. They learned that lesson with Cody.
Unless there is no finish.
Yeah,
they've never done that before.
Give them any more ideas. Anyway, hopefully we can talk about something better here with the UFC 326 review. Get it in for us, TJ. You're the UFC guy.
This pissed me off a lot. UFC 326. It was a pretty good night of fights. I was in Maryland watching this with my buddies. Andrew, Brandon, Mike. We had the wings. We had the pizza. It was a good night. The main event stunk the joint up. Every other fight was good. When you think about the BMF fight, you think about a good fight. Stand and bang. Take
Yep,
risk,
throwing
right?
hands.
Charles Oliveira took him down at the beginning of every round and held on to him. At first, he was going for submissions, but then after a while, he kind of stopped. And it's like he just was like landing like 4 or 5 ground and pound strikes around. Now, the strikes were good when he hit, but man, it's like, goddamn, a strike a minute?
He's doing the old lay and pray. Damn.
Yeah, and that's not usually how Oliveira fights. You know, he's got the most finishes in the fucking company. Most submissions.
Maybe he came in with an injury or something.
Nah, he was just thinking, I'm going to outsmart all of them and grapple and win. Fuck them. They're going to get rid of that belt. Promise you. It's gone.
I mean, it's not even supposed. It's not a legitimate title. It was literally for Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz's one fight.
Yep.
That the dumb fuck cut.
Yeah, stopped it on a cut. That belt's cursed.
Nothing says fucking BMF like a cut stoppage on a guy that fucking always gets cut in the same fucking. Never. Let's move on.
I think they had the fight in Florida, and that's why their commission stinks.
You know,
if they had it in
Florida, I live here. Fuck
if they had it in Vegas, it would have kept going. You know, they're more used to all that shit in the main events. But yeah, he dominated when grappling, and Max looked like he couldn't stop one fucking takedown, and he just looked like a fish out of water, and just everybody hated it. Co-main event: Cal Berharlo versus Reinier de Rider. Cal won 30-27. You wouldn't be able to tell that if you actually watched the fight. Highly competitive, very close fight. And then we had Raul Rosas Jr. defeated Rob Font. That was actually worse blanketing than the main event, but at least he looked very aggressive while he was doing it. Drew Dober defeated Michael Johnson, which is kind of funny of a story because they stopped taking money. They only took the money line bets on this. Some sports books stopped taking bets on it. This is the second fucking fight in a row where this guy's where he's had a weird shift and people just bet a shit ton of money on him real close to the fight. So like they think that something's going on with this guy's. There's like, you know, corruption in his fights. And it's funny, some guy put on Twitter that he was going to win by knockout in the second round, which he did before the fight. They put that on there because apparently his nephew was like, somebody's nephew was like taken or whatever and by hostage for money or some shit. It was some weird situation, and I don't know if it's true, but it's just funny that this keeps happening with this Drew Dober guy and all these allegations with this fight rigging with the betting. But Gregory Rodriguez defeated Bruno Ferreira, round 1 KO. First punch he threw. This was a rematch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just knocked him the fuck out. The prelims weren't bad. Cody Garbrandt defeated Zhao Long. Unanimous decision. Nothing too crazy. Alberto Montes defeated Ricky Trujillos. I think I said that right. But Anaconda choke was good. I don't know what the fuck that other one is, but we don't need to go over anything else.
I am Girl, Come and Dumb and Barrel.
Yeah, well, how can you win by decision against yourself? But anyways, performance bonuses, 100K for Drew Dober, Gregory Rodriguez, Alberto Montes, and Rodolfo Bellato. And yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to get rid of that fucking BMF belt. Charles Oliveira, it's always the slow guy that ruins it for everybody, right?
Yep. He's out there doing the old GSP.
Joe Rogan criticized the crowd for not appreciating the technique. Joe Rogan, your podcast is probably the most successful on the planet. You're a goof.
I feel like, you know, he's not necessarily wrong in that, like,
in a normal fight, yeah, this isn't a normal fight.
Don't let a guy fucking hold you down on the ground the whole time. Then, you know,
yeah,
kind of on the other fighter too. Like, don't just fucking
100%. But it's that BMF stuff. That's the only reason why I'd ever say that. Any other time, you'd never hear me saying this.
That's fair.
We got a little bit more UFC stuff though. So they ended up announcing their White House card, UFC Freedom 250. They ended up announcing the card on the pay-per-view. So it's going to be June 14th. It's going to be on the South Lawn of the White House in Washington, D.C., and it's a part of the America 250 celebration marketing the 250th anniversary of the United States. There's only going to be about 3,000 to 5,000 people there, and it's going to be really strict, a whole bunch of security, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's going to be Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje for the main event, and the one that I'm looking forward to the most is going to be an interim heavyweight championship. Alex Pereira is vacating his 205-pound championship to jump up to heavyweight to challenge for the interim heavyweight championship against Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane poked Tom Aspinall in the eye, and that caused that DQ in his shot to try to get the belt last. So Tom Aspinall is still out like 6 months later. It's rough. That poke really messed him up, and here's Cyril gone and another undeserved title shot. But it'll be a great fight. Looking forward to it a lot, and should be funny. I bet you Alex Pereira just smokes him.
Probably.
Well, he's going to be the smaller guy. I think he might be faster. He's probably going to have more power. There's going to be more technique. Usually when the smaller guys come up and they put on the weight, they do better.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
Sean O'Malley versus Ayman Zahabi. I've seen him fight. That is not the fight to make. This is the White House. This is a once-in-a-lifetime card, and they did not book it as such. The two main events are
This
cool.
card is fucking terrible.
Yeah, like Sean O'Malley. Okay, cool. But then who the fuck is that? They needed to have him versus Corey Sandhagen. I think that was the guy. That would have been good. Always mix him up with somebody else. Michael
They
Chandler.
just threw an Irish guy out there to beat up a foreign guy so that people can be happy at
Sean O'Malley's
the fucking event.
From the U.S.
That's what I'm saying. He's Irish.
Oh, okay.
He's an Irish guy.
But Michael Chandler versus Mauricio Rufy. Rufy should smoke him. Everybody knows who Chandler is. He was supposed to fight McGregor when they did Tough, but that never ended up coming through. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. So that was supposed to be Colby Covington fighting Bo Nickel there, and I guess he pussed out and it didn't happen. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. That should be good, but what's the big deal? I think that's the whole card. I don't think it's going to be a full one. They're just going to have like 6 fights. Be really cool if they ended up having like better fights than that. Kind of weird, but this is the first major professional sporting event that's going to be held at the White House, and it was officially revealed, like I said, during the broadcast of the pay-per-view last weekend. But yeah, it's going to be pretty weird. I think it's going to be on Paramount for sure, and I think they're going to put it on like ABC or something else, so there's going to be multiple platforms to watch this. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty fucking goofy. I'm an MMA fan, and it's weird that the thing that I enjoy is like interlocking with like politics and the White House and all that. But in the end, this is just Dana White trying to stroke his massive ego to pull something off with his buddy to have an event in the White House. It's kind of dumb, but it is what it is, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. I just the thing that really floors me is like, why is the card not better? This is like a once in a lifetime type of situation. And like, John Jones out there being a goof on Twitter about like them not paying him or them not having him on the card. And Dana told him, you're unreliable. How many fucking cards has this guy fucked up? You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them,
No, we're not going to throw you on the White House card so that you can do something fucking stupid and embarrass us in front of the goddamn president.
Apparently,
regardless of how you feel about him.
Apparently, they weren't negotiating with John Jones, and he wanted what that guy that they signed, Connor Ben, to Zuffa Boxing. They signed him for $15 million a fight. So that's what all the top UFC guys want now. So that's what he asked for. They said, yeah. So then he came back with him, I want $30 million. They said no. That's why they didn't get John Jones. They did want to get John Jones. It was going to be him versus Alex Pereira. Apparently they were trying to do Islam versus Ilya too, but Islam's hurt or some shit, so this is what we end up with. Yeah. I mean, it stinks, but it'll be interesting. I'll be looking forward to it, and you'll have that whole fucking crew circle jerking each other all week over that.
Yep.
All right. Time to shift our what we're talking about a little bit here, Dave.
Hell yeah. We're getting to the nuts and bolts, maybe some exciting stuff here. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe somebody will care about this. Maybe somebody won't. But yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have saw this, but Nvidia controls 94% of the GPU market. Like, so it keeps getting more and more in their favor, which it's funny because everybody was acting like that wasn't going to happen. So this was a new industry report that showed that Nvidia did in fact control 94% of the desktop graphics card market. They have AMD and Intel with very little share. So AMD has 5 and Intel has 1, and that leaves Nvidia with 94%. So almost every desktop GPU sold right now is by Nvidia. 11.48 million GPUs shipped in Q4 of 2025, down 4.4% from the previous quarter. The GPU market is shrinking overall, which has been a thing year on year because they keep getting more expensive unless people are using dedicated PCs, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, most people aren't gaming on PCs like us.
But it's funny. You look at 2024, just 2 years ago. Nvidia had 84% and AMD was at 15. Then 2025, Nvidia 94 and AMD 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it was actually just a year. They lost most of its market share in a fucking year. And it's because they stopped trying to compete at the high end. You still have to have a high end card to GPU fanboys, man.
Yep. They want to give we want to give you money for a high end card.
What do you think some of the reasons for this are?
I don't know. Maybe they don't think that they can compete.
No, I don't mean that. I just meant like, what do you think some of the reasons for the shrink are?
Well, there's the 50 series came out. Obviously, like you had mentioned, AMD is not putting out the high end GPUs. GPUs are more expensive in general because of the RAM. We're getting better integrated graphics. More people are using laptops and tablets, and not as many people are using the big old towers like you and I. I mean, if everybody saw my tower, they would make fun of me how big it is.
You got a big one?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Cooler Master half 700 Berserker.
Yeah.
Thing weighs 50 pounds without the build in it.
Yeah, I've had cases like that before too.
This is the last really big case that I'm going to get. Like I always use the half cases. Like before this, I had the half X for a really long time. And then when they put this new one out, I got really excited. And I was like, if I ever do a new build, I'll... And then I happened to do a new build in 24, so...
I think I got like a small mid-size one or something like that. It's definitely mid-size, but probably on the smaller end. My graphics card just barely fits in there.
Yeah, that's the... I mean, I could fit another more than half of my graphics card lengthwise into this case.
Oh, that's cool.
So I mean, like, there's plenty of room to grow.
But yeah, funny you brought that up. Speaking of plenty of room to grow, you know how Intel Arc released their GPUs? They only have about 1% of the market. People were really hoping they would release a good product, and who knows, maybe their next one will be. But man, anybody's so far off from like competing with Nvidia. Like Brandon's always saying, like, oh, next time AMD's going to do really good, and it's just like, no, they're going to be even further off next time. Each generation that goes on to where they can't compete with the top end at all, they're just going to slip further and further behind.
Yep.
But yeah, also Nvidia, they don't make most of their money from fucking GPUs anymore. They're making most of their money from their data centers and AI hardware.
Yep.
So this isn't even shit to them, but they still control it.
Kind of funny how that works.
Yeah. I don't think they care either way, but yeah, I mean, I got the 5090 downstairs. Nvidia's been the way to go.
Yep. I mean, I'm still using my 4070 Ti. I mean,
great card.
Probably use this until the 60 series comes out, I imagine.
Yeah, which they're saying may end up coming out like it's going to be, instead of 2 years, it might be 3. So we'll see what goes on there.
I wouldn't be mad about that. Get another year out of this card.
Yeah.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII, like the final installment of that is coming out. That's going to be like the highest end AAA title, and
all this DLSS shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I already play those maxed out with like everything turned all the way up as high as it possibly can go, and like it's like locked at whatever my monitor's frame rate is.
Yeah, the DLSS just keeps getting better and better too.
Yep, the most recent. Maybe it wasn't the most recent, but one of the more recent driver updates added some kind of thing to do with that for those specifically, and it looks crazy now. Not that it didn't look good before, but just I was surprised at how much of an increase that it was.
Yeah, it was pretty substantial. But speaking of something that might be substantial, they're already they have been talking about it, but it's really starting to come out a lot now. But they're already talking about that next Xbox. It's called Project Helix. You heard anything about it?
No, I actually haven't. Before this episode, I hadn't heard any of this news unless you guys were talking about it in passing, and I just didn't absorb it.
Yeah, so the new gaming CEO, Asha Sharma, I think her name is, She said the next Xbox is going to lead in performance and play your Xbox games and PC games. So it's basically going to be like have Steam on it as well.
She sounds delicious.
Oh, hell yeah. So
It sounds like a chicken dish to me. I don't know.
So what we do know about this project, Helix, though, is that that's its name. It's obviously the successor to the current Series X and S consoles. It's designed to play both Xbox and PC games, and it's focused on high-end performance, whatever that means. And we're going to have more details that are going to be expected to have happen at GDC upcoming soon. So that's pretty much what we know. But yeah, the direction is going to be kind of like a PC console hybrid. I'm sure it's just going to have some Xbox type operating system on it, not Windows. It's going to be built on the AMD x86 architecture, which, no big surprise there. And it's going to be running something close to Windows internally, but it's not going to be, you're definitely not going to have nearly as much freedom. And yeah, should be cool. You'll be able to save money, buy your Steam games on that PC. That's going to be an Xbox.
I don't hate this.
Why would
I
you?
do hate the possible price of almost $900, but
They're all going to be like that. What do you think that PS6 is going to cost?
yeah, I'm not going to buy that.
I know, but what do you think it's going to cost?
Probably like $700-800, maybe
Yeah.
more. I don't know. Thanks, tariffs.
I mean,
know?
this is all by design. It's all by design, man. They're just fucking raking us over the coals. They're like, these people are getting all this awesome tech too cheap. We got too used to it, and now that we got to have it, they raised what it's cost.
It's like drug dealers. They're like, oh, we'll get you hooked, and then boom.
It's kind of messed up, though, because, Steam's doing this, too, and I think they're going to beat them to it. They're releasing that Steam box.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing's going to, I think, dominate the PS6 and the next Xbox. I think it's going to destroy them. Like, it's going to, the Xbox, it might completely fuck them over.
PlayStation is taking back all their exclusives, though, so they are going to have that.
That's not going to help them at all.
Speaking of Steam, I just accidentally clicked it open here, and looks like Square Enix 2026 weekend publisher sale here.
So once everybody sees that Sony's not going to be put, like, me and you know because we're in the know, but once other people see that Sony's doing that anti-consumer shit with removing their games, not removing, but not releasing their future games on PC, people are going to be like, fuck that, and they're just going to buy the Steam box. I'm telling you, it's going to bite them in the ass. People are tired of this anti-consumer shit, and Sony was generally been a pretty big leader in that. Nintendo as well, and Xbox in the 360 days they kind of were, but they, since they haven't been as successful, they're really like open to doing anything. But it's I'm telling you, the Steam box is going to be really good for the consumer.
Hell yeah!
It should help get our prices down on games. You talk about these $80 games and shit, that will start to fucking go down. I feel like. Positives.
So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second one, $30.
Yeah,
it's getting there. Almost cheap enough for you to buy.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, at this point, you probably might as well just wait until the third one comes out and just buy all three of them in one shot on sale or something. Actually, probably that's not the best idea. Probably buy these when they're turbo cheap and then get that one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But how we were just talking about the console, let's talk about the biggest games, Dave. Do a little bit of rundown. I'll take over whenever you're tired of talking about them.
All right. Well, we got some big old games coming in 2026 here. We got Grand Theft Auto 6. Finally. How long we've been waiting for that?
A while.
Real long time. We got Marvel's Wolverine.
That's going to be the biggest game to come out in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably the biggest game of this decade and maybe next.
Yeah.
We got Marvel's Wolverine. Halo campaign involved. That's going to be another big game. I promise you.
They're running it on the Unreal Engine. It's not the traditional one. It's going to be different, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They'll probably get it. We got a game called Pragmata. I've not heard of it. Maybe it'll be cool. Phantom Blade Zero, Marathon. I'm going to let TJ take over, and there's some really cool ones coming.
So we got Saros, 007 First Light. Hopefully you do a good job with that.
That sounds awesome.
Onimusha Way of the Sword. Those games were awesome back in the day, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do there.
Wait, that's that same?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Then we got
Okay.
Subnautica 2, which was a super successful game, the first one. I've never played it, but I've watched videos of it, and I don't watch a lot of game videos, so it's a horror, like ocean type game.
Okay.
Marvel Token, Fighting Souls.
Mm.
Tokan, I mean, what is that, like Marvel Fighting or something? I don't know much about it. Forza
I don't
Horizon,
either.
Forza Horizon 6, that's in Japan. We've been wanting this forever. I'm not gonna pre-order, but I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna get the best version of that game. I always do.
Okay.
Forza's the Horizon games are awesome. It's worth the money. They give you all these extra bonuses, and like you get like chest basically every week too. So like it I don't know, it keeps paying for itself. And some of the best racing games ever made are the Forza Horizon series. Just awesome. Then we got Neo 3. Oh hell yeah, Rocky down there. But we got Neo 3. It's been a while since we've seen the second one. Resident Evil Requiem, which that's what Brandon's playing now, right?
Man, shout out to Brandon. I've been watching him play that all week, and he beat it yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Man, what a game. You know me, I'm not usually one to sit here and watch somebody play video games, whether it's our friends or otherwise. And anytime that he was in here streaming it, I pretty much was just watching it. So I mean, it was
I
great.
watched a little bit of it.
I'll definitely, that's one I'll be picking up. Probably not anytime soon because it's expensive, but next Capcom sale, I'm gonna be definitely, because there's a bunch of Resident Evils that I haven't played. It's renewed my my Resident Evil interest.
Yeah, it looked fun.
It's
And then
it's reviewed super well, like it basically getting universal acclaim right now.
yeah, I mean it looked good. But we had Beast of Reincarnation at the end, which I know nothing about, and
Nope.
hopefully that'll be a good one too.
Fingers crossed.
Yep. Once you crosses to the next one.
Well, we got the OverMark photo album. It's everybody's favorite segment, both young and old, mine and yours. Maybe that's hyperbole, maybe it's not, but for the sake of argument, we'll say everyone loves it. And we're just going to jump right into my image here. And oh my God, what is the Warrior doing to Hogan here? That doesn't look great. And if you guys have seen the GIF, it looks like he's giving him the twirl Gluck Gluck 9000. Obviously, that's not what's happening here. It's a test of strength, and we're joking around. But boy, it definitely looks questionable.
Yeah, it looks pretty questionable to me. That's a pretty popular GIF. They
Yeah.
didn't know what they were doing.
He's like, oh, it's the hard cam.
Yeah, brother. Ah.
No, you know what? Let's stop for a second. Hogan knows what he's doing. Hogan knows where the hard cam is. Hogan knows everything. He is a ring general. Say what, people can say what they
Yeah.
want about him. Like think about the Triple H thing
Yeah, he
when
knows
he's
where the
doing his
cameras are.
entrance, and exactly, he knows where they are. So he did this to Warrior on purpose, I think,
Probably.
like a rib.
Probably. Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
Mick
looks like
Rib.
you were sucking me off in the ring there, dude.
Yeah, what happened there, brother? McRib, dude. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I like your picture there. But speaking of McRib, that has nothing to do with my picture. But yeah, I ended up posting a picture of the Sega Nomad, or not Nomad, the Sega Neptune. My fault. The Sega Neptune. So this was actually a console, an all-in-one with the Genesis and the 32X.
Neat.
So essentially, this thing never barely got anywhere. They almost don't exist. I think there's only one or two real ones out there in the world that people have found out in the wild. I'm sure there's more than that, but they're so rare it's ridiculous. They did end up making prototypes of them. The most common way that people have seen these are the bodies that Sega had made but never put around anything. But yeah, it was an all-in-one, and this is what Sega wanted to go with. Sega of America. Never happened. I thought it was a pretty cool concept, and I think it was actually going to have a online functionalities built in as well.
Man, what could have been? There are a lot of, sorry to everybody if you're tired of listening to us talk about Sega. We'll never stop. But also, it's just there's a lot of what ifs, near misses,
This only needed
almost.
one power plug instead of two, so you got that as well. You don't have the
Man.
mushroom.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what
it's a
though?
shame.
It doesn't have the charm of the old Tower of Power. It's more streamlined and that's cool, but there's something charming about the goofiness of how you have to play the 32X.
Yeah. I think this thing connected to the Sega CD too, if you wanted. I don't think it had one built in, but if you read that last thing on it, it says, in addition with the Sega CD, consumers can play all Sega CD titles, making the Genesis 32X system the first and only 16 and 32-bit plus CD video game platform on the market. Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. You know
Yeah.
what could have been.
Yeah, that is 100% what what Sega did. Just came up with a whole bunch. I mean, I could find a whole bunch. Sorry, not a whole bunch, but they got a couple of these actually that people
I
don't know
mean,
about.
you got me on this one. I didn't know
Yeah.
about this, and
I
now I
don't think
want
a lot
one.
of people do. Well, good luck. You pay fucking. It's priceless if you can find it. Literally,
I
whatever
feel
that
like
person asks.
maybe this one might get its own video.
Yeah,
Not
there's
that
not
there's a
enough.
lot we can do about
There's
it,
not a
but
lot. A short, I think, would be the way to go with that one.
yeah, something though. There's something here with this.
Yeah,
I
there
don't know.
is. We'll see. Something worth looking into.
Yeah, you guys let us know. If you hear this part.
Yeah. But I guess that's it, huh?
Yeah,
We
we're
done?
saying fuck the MP3 folder this week. We'll bring it back next week or maybe the week after. I don't know. Yeah, it's just one of those. Not always. Thanks everybody for listening, and thanks TJ. I'm looking forward to standing up after this nice long sit session.
Yeah.
Gonna hit those medicated pads, dude.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna hit that vape pen, brother. But
Oh wow,
but yeah,
that's great.
was a good episode. I had fun. Like and subscribe. Check out the gaming fucking channel if you haven't. I'm out of here. Take us away, Dave. Appreciate you, by the way, and I'll see you guys next time.
Much love, TJ, and really, I'm gonna glaze you for a second here. Fantastic job on the editing on that rare video. Everybody, as soon as this is over, click over to that, and if you need a break after your long listen here, throw it on pause, go do your business and stretch, and come back and watch it because it turned out great.
I appreciate
So
it.
thanks for that, TJ, and
No problem.
thanks everybody. We'll see you over Maniacs next time.
Take it easy, guys.